you, but what troubles you so that eyes once bright as the highland sky now dark?
He looks cool.
A warrior who walks the blade, the clouds, if I may, at the peak of Capitolini Hill, beneath the pale walls of the Ephes Palace. See, even one as honorable as the Epher must learn in Septimont, a city forged in iron and blood. Anyone who seeks the throne without knowing...
And you are? Who the fuck
I
are you,
am Nestor.
Nestor, traveling quiet, of course. That's gonna be...
The rains in
how's he called?
Septimont never
Cristoforo
seem
again.
eager to leave this season.
Wait, he's the one sent by Augusta? Then never
If you are curious about the Epher, then allow me to say...
Wait, how do you know he's the champion? Huh? You're up?
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive. Trusting, truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic. That's why I speak of her with some. I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written. And
yeah, he
knowing more
talks too
about
much
those
about
who
like
walk alongside you.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be Cristoforo, isn't he? Or is it the brother of like Augusta?
Augusta.
Oh, damn, bro. I have her. By the way, I have her. No biggie though.
A girl of humble birth, a resonator of modest talent, a commoner with just like the burning sun.
A great woman indeed. Do you guys want to follow me into a story? What methods do you have in mind? What are you trying to do? Perhaps having the listener become protagonist of such stories might be a good option. This should add more immersive touch to the sound and it gets you here. Continue. At this moment you are Augusta. You shall relive her past, face the same choice she once made, thus please forget your name for now. Are we role-playing? Okay. Of course, Augusta's stories are already written. No matter what choice you make, they will not alter our reality. Okay, that's cool. Yet be wary, fate is fickle, and this step can lead to swift ends. Weigh your choices carefully. Past decisions may not have always been the best, I understand. Well then, the story begins inside a complex thought, and let me sing the epic of a young girl, Augusta. Take a deep breath. A gentle warm light begins to blur your vision and you slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small, frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruin. A group of some Septimonian gladiators stand guard around her. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the Dark Tide did to your home and we're here to help. Timidly observe the man in front of you. Boldly observe the man in front of you. Different choices will change your corresponding stats value. You must be hungry. Here, this should be enough to keep you from starving for now. Never take food from strangers. We can't take you to Septimont City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster would strike. Staying at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you rebuild these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the Dark Tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. To dissolve the contamination. The gladiator shakes their head and pats your shoulder. Follow them. Remember to maintain stats balance. The story ends if your stats drop to 0. Okay, got it. The story chapter is completed once the corresponding goals are met. That's cool. That's a new way. That's cool. In the end, you choose to leave the village. The gladiators' words reveal the bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect the home you are leaving behind in your travels. Stay quiet. No! Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimont by ship. You mean you wave them goodbye after arriving at the center square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. Show your awe of the city. Oh yeah, a poster for the gladiators' agent is pinned to a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. Then people push you towards the crowd. Draw closer to the crowd. You must know Septimont reverse strength. Here only the victor reigns. There is a law older than the city itself. You notice disdain in the eyes of Saturn, you know, it's the passion-filled eyes of the Saturnians. Eat or be beaten, such is the way of the city to survive. You have to find your bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. You can't stop thinking about that conversation. You realize that gladiators are the very symbol of strength of Septimon, and if there's a way to dominate the arena, maybe you'll find the strength you're looking for. Tear down the post and walk away from the crowd. Quietly leave the crowd. As you leave, you notice that 3 words stand out in the incessant chatter: identity, status, and talent. They seem to be an essential part of gladiating. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as mere boring displays of butchery, but were hardly entertained by the sights of rats shrieking in the dirt. No, we are. What we crave is true magnificence, a warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Wanna have a little bet on how many mangy rats are gonna try for the Aegon this year? Them and their stench be stinking up the place. If you're slightly concerned about your stats and talent, ignore their words. Of course we ignore. You're determined to step onto the arena, to rule the man and mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you on the first day, and perhaps even teach you to see the fight to the end. After hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Cato. Cato is a retired gladiator star, but takes on few prodigies. So you want to join the Aegon, you say? Why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? You recall the discussion about gladiators, identity, status, and talents. People in the city of Septimon seem to value these more than anything. You choose to speak honest about your past, lie about your past. Now we're gonna be honest. Accepting fate. The Dark Tide took you home and you came to Septimon seeking strength. That's so, you've got some metal, but that's not gonna cut it. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see them crushed and trampled. I've seen enough of idiots like you. I'm gonna argue. What now? Still here are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. Tighten your grip on the sword. Look at it straight in the eye. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land one strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance trial. I accept the duel without hesitation. Blades meet in a sharp clash. Cato moves with practiced ease. You are quickly defeated. Strengthless, do you realize how weak you are? Which is why I want to become a gladiator. Do you really know who you are fighting against? Can you really best me if you can't? Now, do you have a plan to end this? I'll challenge him the next day again. Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you sure are pestering as these folks say you are, huh? Attack! Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge to Cato. You are swiftly beaten once again. Go back, this is not your path. Too slow, too weak. Your foolish swings only bring smiles to your enemies. Then I'll be faster. Is that your best? How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate, you've lost. They're talking a lot about rats, I like that. Challenge him again on the 4th day. Still not ready to give up? Why don't you sell your sword? I'll get you some. It'll get you some food at least. Continue to challenge him. You stand before Cato again, dragging your exhausted body nearly at your limit. I can still fight. The wind swept up by the blade whispers past, and you're suddenly home. Soft sunlight cascades on the great oaks leaves, and you hear your friends' laughter, your parents' gentle call. But in the very next breath, a bone-deep chill engulfs you. The touch, you know it all too well. Thoughts race across your mind, and your hand instinctively grips the sword. I won't surrender. I can't stop here. You seize the opening and land a hit on Cato. Boom, easy. Cato hands you his sword and turns to leave. In Septimon's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated, a symbol of conquest. The sword is yours now. You're determined to bite off that crown. Do not fall before you get there, Augusta. That's your name, isn't it? Yes. The moment you step into the arena, you will lose his name. His name. The spectators may brand you with a number, a symbol, or even the name of some wild beast. I am prepared. And only the last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I'll make them know my true name. I'll make them know my true name. Training starts tomorrow, 6 sharp, right there. That was cool. I guess it continues now. Or not?
Fail enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Or perhaps, for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic sings the lament, across the scorched lands of Solaris, greatness. Yes, courage, glory, and honor. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave them.
What's wrong, Abby?
I don't know. It's just unbelievable.
Wait, I should still be
The
too
Augusta
quiet.
he's talking about,
now.
and the F-word we saw in the arena. No way that...
This is a girl far from home, arriving
far
as
from
if
home. I doubt anyone at the time could have imagined her rising.
No,
Do you
there might be
mean?
one.
Do you believe Cato handed her that final victory on purpose? And
Maybe he
that
had
his
long
scathing
grown
words were
tired
a
of that
test when
corrupt
Cato
custom.
must have been an idealist to place his faith in a girl with nothing. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind?
Okay, so we continue. Well, continue, man. Yo, what the fuck was with my leg? What? Dawn breaks with a pale glow. A month has already passed under Kato's training. Today the grind continues. A little rest won't hurt. I'll let go later. Stick to the training schedule. You arrive at the training site, repeating the same moves over and over again has begun to wear on your patience. You notice some gladiators training moves you've never seen before. You decide to stay focused and keep to your own training. You reflect on your training. It was always you alone, facing the wooden post, patching yourself up over and over again. Endure and push through. Days slip by and the gladiator's Aegon draws near. Today, Cato will give you one final lesson. I've done all I can to prepare you. Now you're on your own. Training ends today. Here's my final task for you. Tell me, why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through all the training? You've already known the answer. Your ideal has never faltered since you left home. To be strong enough to protect others, you meet Cato's gaze and he reads the answer in your eyes. I remember my true ambition. Offer him my thanks. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crossed your eyes. You recall Cato's words from when this all started. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that one day? I will make it happen. You were the sponsor for the gladiators Aegon out mostly nobles and wealthy merchants, figures beyond your reach, except perhaps in that underground arena. Hehe, these are all top of the line merchandise I got here. Care to have a look? Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of the underground arena, scrutinizing where nobles and wealthy merchants in the stands. One by one, those beside you are chosen and escorted away. Take a step forward. The audience cast their eyes in your direction, however all you receive is constant laughter in return. Visions of your home's ruin flash within your mind, glimpse of the nobles' lavish lifestyle flicker through. What? These laughs, so they really did have a hand in that disaster. The dark tide alone did not destroy your home. The rot in high place also played a part in your home's ruin. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued their life of indulgence and luxury. The might of the gladiators existed only to serve their desire. A fire of anger ignites in your chest, suddenly you sweat shadows wounds. Well, well, a village girl with such unremarkable fortitude, dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septiman had a joke this amusing. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my friend from Banov. Hope you have fun with the Bulbasaur. Bye-bye! You'll see. Show me your sword. You see. What can you offer? Prancing around like a circus clown, screaming for your life so we can all have a good laugh. Or you think playing innocent will win you your favor? Don't underestimate me, I never disappoint. Don't underestimate me. Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. You bear small anticipation that someone will pick you. You give the nobles a chilling stare as they talk in whispers. Entertaining, you say, and Septima's strength to find worth. We shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers herself. You turn your view towards the voice with heavy steps. A well-dressed old-school noble walks down the stand towards you. He smells a rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats, as the Septimonians had put it, but a foul odor of power and wealth. You find the old-school noble, suddenly clench your fist. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have 3 trials for you. Survive them and we may speak further, brave young lady. Okay. You accept the noble's trial. Though trials is to find a word for something intended only to break you. Enter the trial grounds. Outside the walls of Septimon City lies a wasteland plagued by the dark tide of your homeland. It's not different from home. You remember return home, you can help to feel sentimental. They say a ferocious lion beast corrupted by the dark tides prowls deep within the cave. No common blade can cut through his skin. Your first try is to slay that beast. The noble, however, decide to strip you of all your equipment with a dull sword. A dull sword is more than enough. The mountain trail winds like a serpent. Among the chair tree stumps, dozens of bleached skeletons lie scattered. You suspect you're getting close as you continue forward against the unpleasant smell. When the first rays of sunlight splits the clouds, the cave reveals itself, breathing death. Before you get a clear picture of the cave, a crushing force presses down upon you. Who are you? Shh, get down, you're trying to get yourself killed. Hold your breath or you'll alert it. Do as he says. You turn around and see a hunter. Just then, a massive beast roars and walks past you where you're hiding. Keep your head down. After the lion beast has left, you apologize to the hunter. It was thanks to him the beast did not notice you. Going by those clothes, you're a Septimon gladiator, eh? I used to be just like you. Lost a big match, got tossed out by the nobles and ended up like this. We're nothing but their playthings. Their skills honed for battle are now merely tools for survival. Septimus has abandoned the strength it desperately needs. You pity such reality. Ask the hunter what you should do. Ask the hunter about the lion beast. Only a madman would go after that lion. I have my reasons. His words are rough, but he eventually tells you everything he knows. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparation for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you choose to silently observe the lion in the following days. After a few days, you've managed to grasp an overall behavior pattern of the lion beast. Thus you march towards the deep cave. Enter the cave. Deep within the cave's dark embrace, you tread softly. Then a sudden dread freezes your steps. Between the flickering torch flames, a monstrous shape appears, the lion beast. Fire from nether dances amid its gold mane, while claw-like scythe tear wounds in the earth. Draw your sword and strike. As you expected, your sword fails you. It's ineffective against the lion. Before you can take a breath, the lion's thunderous roar storms you again. You decide to dodge its attack and search for a weak point. No good, can't find an opening. It's moving faster and reaching further. Can't keep this up. If strength alone isn't enough, perhaps I can borrow some help. Just before the lion beast pounces at you, you slash with all your strength in the stalactite above. It crashes down into the lion's gaping jaw. It's not over yet. You land on its neck, it lunges to seize you, but your swift dodge forces its claws into a deadly knot around its throat. Seeing your chance, you give a final pull, and the beast strangles itself in a frantic struggle. Finally. The trial has ended and you drag your exhausted body towards the stream. Clear water cascades down into the mountain valley and the dense forest slumber quietly in nature's cradle. You rinse your blood-stained hands in the water. The clear stream slowly turns red. The birds scatter and the face advantage. You sense the forest uneasy at your presence. Are they afraid of me? The critters' panic plunges you into reflection. For the first time you realize that power can instill fear. You desire more power. With no time to rest, you approach the nobleman again. He imposed the second trial upon you. I know full well the next one will be easy. Killing a mad beast is hardly an achievement. I'm sure you're aware, girl, that all the warriors of Septima have 2 lives. I just seem to have mentioned this before. One by their parents and the other by their sword. You may consider the sword in the gladiator's hands as their life in the arena. For your second trial, bring me 100 lives. Yes, prove to me you are worthy of standing in the arena. Come with a disgust as you wave to accept. You get the admission pass for the Aegon. You start the second trial. Day after day you fight gladiators of Septimon. As your reputation grows, so do the spectators. They don't care who you are, but only want to see when you will fall. Of course. Look, it's that girl again. Didn't think she would get as many wins as she did. Look at the size of her. How will she even carry those swords? Okay, so I'm back. I am back. Alright. Ignore their comments, focus on the opponents before you. Yeah. So opponent. You have grown up. You have grown used to this kind of noise. The deafening cheers numb your fatigue. Your swords now rest against your opponent's throat. Spare the moment and wait for the next challenger. One by one, the gladiators you've challenged grown in numbers. Those you've defeated kneel before you, offering their swords, symbolizing their honor with both hands. Then they plant the opponent's sword into the ground. Raise the opponent's sword! Even in Septimon, there's a limit to opponents that prove a challenge to you. Eventually, you will need to seek out tougher challengers. You have targeted Victor, a frequent champion of the Aegon from one of the noble houses. Do you have any idea who Victor's father is? His lordship is the largest sponsor of the Aegon. Do I give a shit? Power, wealth, those aren't things brute strength can rival. Victor is the best mentor, the finest weapon. Oh, so what? The house behind Victor comes to you with an offer, a perfect job and a substantial fortune if you walk away from the duel. Take the offer, of course. Or rip the contract. You reject the bribe without a second thought. Humiliated, the noble servant spits curses in your face. Respond calmly. You ignorant country peasant, do you know what it means to refuse a noble? You shall suffer for your arrogance. When the time comes, don't expect any pity, as you won't be getting any. Ignore the servant. The sign silences the rambling servant and tears up the contract. Let's go, there's no point in talking sense into an ignorant fool. Then again, I'd appreciate you if you don't waste too much of my time in the arena. I'm gonna beat him. They throw a bag of credits as a way to humiliate you, following it up with sarcasm, mocking just they tend to overwhelm you with their pride. Retaliate with the same insults, you feel nothing. The day arrives, Victor accepts your challenge with his honor of nobility as the stake. You remember well the haughty look he wore but a few days prior. But the nobles wield only words, not swords. Victor knows nothing about swordsmanship. You easily defeat the weak, incompetent scion and casually lift his pretty helmet with the tip of your sword. Stare at the watching nobles with contempt. I have won and I have achieved without wasting your time. Do you see? Your gilded lies shatter before real strength. Step on the helmet. The crowd erupts in cheer and applause. The nobles, unable to deny your triumph, lower their head. Return to your lodging to count your trophies. 99 swords, 99 opponents defeated. Now only 1 life is left to claim. Most gladiators have long feared your reputation, dare not challenge you except one. Aradel, the rising star of the underground arena. Unlike you, he was born with powerful forte. He is undoubtedly the king of the arena. Terrence no longer matter to me. A sword tempered by countless battles is not as sharp. Amidst the endless chanting of the name Aradel, you arrive as promised. As always, spectators crowd in the arena event. Even the old school noble is present this time. Your opponent's towering physique dwarfs you, and his crushing presence brings to mind the fearsome lion beast. After several exchanges, you notice something unusual. The floor is too slippery to gain a foothold. Aradel's armor is unusually heavy. You are all too familiar with the noble's despicable tricks. Keep calm. We got this. You then shift your pace, luring Aradel into the very trap meant for you. After a few more rounds, his steps grow loose, his reactions sluggish. Seize the opportunity. Your sword stops just before the neck of the Septimon's strongest gladiator. The entire arena falls silent, and almost immediately the crowd erupts into applause. Stab! 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 Is that so? Kill! 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 Right here. Aradel closes his eyes and accepts his fate. Victor is already mine! In front of everyone, watchful eyes, you only take Aradel's sword, you then bow toward the audience before turning to leave. You feel the people's gaze. ... Live! 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 Look back at the crowd and wave. Leave the cheers behind. The next day, you arrive before the old school nobles with 100 lives. Aradel is merely made of Septimonian flesh. Above him stands a far greater force. I'm ready for the third trial. Powers beyond. Your third trial is to earn the blessing of Arsinosa. He never planned to let me pass the trial. This is an impossible feat. I know Arsinosa. It has never tasted defeat. People say it's a peak no human can ever reach, the last wall of Septimon, but I have no reason to yield. It is this insurmountable challenge that steers the thirst for victory in your blood. You accept the third trial to confront the guardian of Septimon Arsinosa. Honestly, but at this point, I'm like one of the strongest in the entire arena. Why the fuck do I even need the favor of this noble? Like, what for? Shouldn't I have enough strength, power, and money already? I don't know. I mean, you know, where does the money come from? Sponsors? I don't have any. I guess that's the problem. Shouldn't you get money from like winning? Or like you can sell the swords, but I guess they're trophies, so you wouldn't. The impossible trial. On the eve of the trial, you return to the training grounds. Once again, while you wait for Cato, you find yourself standing before the familiar wooden post. It has been your most enduring companion in your pursuit of true strength. Hug it gently. Well, not particularly an easy path, is it? Tell me, what did you learn from this path? Strength can instill fear. Strength brings conquest, such as humanity's oldest rule. Augusta, I'll be there for your last trial, and I will call your name for all to hear. I will not stop here. Back in your room, you stare blankly at your stacked collection of swords. These trophies symbolize strength and conquest, but how will you show them to the world? You once heard the tale of a legendary gladiator, a warrior who would always fuse their opponent's sword with their own after victory. Now you decide to treat the same path and stand before the smithy. Gaze at the flying spark from the blacksmith forge. Stop outside the blacksmith forge. You wish to demonstrate your strength, yet now you still seek to do this with power not of your own. Watching the blacksmith's hammer rise and fall, and seemingly impractical idea emerges. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all the swords into one. The heavy swords in your hand, feel the power. Your forte never stands out among resonators, but seemingly insignificant power is enough to be stronger than the forge fire and hammer swings. Let me check one thing real quick. Oh? I'm doing a side quest. This is not the main quest. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck. Well, it's still cool, I guess. Your photo never stands out among resonators, but seemingly it's enough to be stronger than... The day after fun trials arrived, you walk to an arena center with your newly forged sword. The bronze horns blare from atop. All is now new. Everyone is eager to witness how a human will rival the strong race. Take a deep breath. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cut through the noise of the crowd. The noble's banner flutter and fall. A colossal shadow allows the sunlight around. Ursula appears. There's a slight ring in your ears. Ursula's mouth does catch your eyes. It's awake, a noble shrieked. Ursula stands silently opposing you. Slowly, it opens her eye, coldly watching you. Focus and stay alert. With a sudden sweep of her tail, the lioness shadows a stone pillar. You roll aside, barely dodging the flying debris. A chill seeps through the tear in close to your left shoulder. Take the initiative. The screams from the stands are soon drowned by the lioness' roar. A wave of sound and dust rips past your ear. You can taste blood on your lips and tongue. You know the pain and tend the wound later. Her second attack comes without a warning. You barely have time to react before your sword rises to meet her descending paw. Call. You manage to withstand Arsenos's fierce attack, and at the moment it withdraws, seize the opportunity to thrust your blade into the ancient crack in the right foreleg. Golden blood spills the arena. Steady your breath. Arsenos sees her attack, her mane brushing against your blood-stained face before she lowers her head. The arena shakes with applause. You hear the crowd chant your name in honor. I've gained the lioness' blessing. The voice there. Listen to the wave of cheers. Listen to the waves of cheers. Okay. All wise and noble Arsenosa, the mighty guardian of Septimum, bestow upon her the crown of courage and strength. Walk up to. When the cries of triumph resonate with the earth, we see the fire of humanity blaze across Septimum. Wave after wave of applause, the Septimum salute me as I advance. O son of moon, witness the extraordinary feat, witness her epic dedication to Septimum. Take another step forwards. As the platform rises, you realize that by earning Arsenos' blessing, you have been granted a privilege. They are all bowing to me. You are crowned the champion without the great Aegon. Nevertheless, you have already conquered countless gladiators with your strength. Under everyone's gaze, glory now bows at your feet. Raise your sword. At last, you stand atop the summit, the champion. Only now, with battle fire cooled in your veins, do your wounds raise their voices in protest. You have shattered the decaying order. Through strength, you shall reshape new roots. Yet these reinforced will lose their foundation will they not? A cold whisper of unease calls in your chest. From this day you sought your honor, your two lives shall serve Septimum.
Merely the rough shape of a short epic. Now, as a listener, what do you make of my narration?
Enjoyed it?
I appreciate your kind words, my generous listener. I am only a humble wordsmith, spinning verses and rhyme. But there is one thing I must confess. Through my words, your knowledge of the poetry can only offer a glimpse of the true story. I do not belong in the pages of the epic, so I remain confined to the observer's gaze. Here's some advice for you. That if you want the truth of a story, as I've said, The tale between you and
Seems to know
Augusta.
exactly what it's about to do.
It's not difficult to see.
The steps
Fate.
written, the steps you take.
The rain
That's
is
just
passing.
God. It's
I hear it ceasing its symphony upon the
It's
earth
tens of
before
power.
I leave. May I
Yes,
ask
that
you
has
one last
lifted
question?
Augustus, what is make a ruler?
Well, I'd say strength. Let's be real. There's no way Augusta could have. Rover, what do you think?
It was an unyielding resolve. It was born from the heart of the past. It was an unyielding resolve. You needn't rush to answer
You
now.
needn't
Keep it in
rush
mind as you
to
continue
when
your
the
journey.
final chapter is
The
written.
answer will reveal itself.
Farewell, my friend. Soon, after this brief encounter, everything about me will be gone.
But your
with the wind.
epic continues. Interesting. So this was a side story, but it's like so weirdly phrased. Like the titles of the story, like there were 3 of them, and one was Renesita Chapter 7. What the fuck, man? You just what? So logically, I think that this is like Chapter 7, but it isn't. This is just a side chapter. It was still cool to play, honestly. I don't regret it. So it was cool. The previous day, what?
Your Excellency, you have indulged her too. As the priestess, you know is far too unruly in both.
Indeed. She entered the palace, a blatant affront to the...
Senators, all she crossed was a doorway. One too insignificant. Let us not forget. It is not the... It is my will. I know your fear. You fear a priestess's voice. But listen well. Power does... If you seek power, then step...
Took you long enough, Augusta.
Handling the senators takes time. Well, to keep our esteemed priestess from waiting, maybe next... I'll make sure they record every detail of your feat. And relay Priestess Iuno. Unruly behavior left Tetragon Temple without I wonder.
Let those old foxes report me all they... If they step into the Tetragon left foot first, I'll shoot the left.
Hey, the Senate should be reminded now and then that the Tetragon's kindness is not a reason to take Priestess Iuno lightly. Why didn't you wait there? I had everything handled. If anything changed, you could have reached me by my terminal. You didn't need to come all the way here.
You're overthinking it, Augusta. Grandmother Lilibet said his fate is one of unknowable void.
So that's it? Too bad. The ship from Laguna will...
Ugh, what a hassle.
Patience, you know. The warrior has accepted the invitation. Is there something else?
I read Grandma Lilibet's book of prophecy. Are you sure we should...
Risk does not...
Okay. It was
ye
cool.
Faithless of Septimon.
Sure, yeah.
Lately, I've been hearing murmurs.
Yeah.
I will admit.
That's what
But
sounds-
when our ancestors crossed the water, and the
Yeah.
priestesses all
Yeah,
said
yeah,
only
yeah.
the hero of heroes.
Rising from the dark shadow,
wielding
then shall the waters
extraordinary
quiet.
power.
Yeah.
Do not forget.
This old yeah.
Fabius.
Yeah.
Attilius. As long as a hero
So this
stands,
okay,
What
but
if this time is different?
no, it won't be.
then I will sever them.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, no, like I said, it was cool.
What's so important?
So,
They're frightened after all this fun, you're afraid
but
of
it's
what
most
she said.
revered
If you mean
priestess.
tell us to return victorious. If
Frightened.
anything, trying to shut me
Me,
up,
fine.
I don't know.
Go
Come
ahead.
back to me as soon as I get there. Can't deny it.
I knew.
Absolutely
Thank
can't.
you. Why are you saying this?
The storm is coming. Come. You know my friend. The best.
Right. And that's that. This was Renesita 2. I guess we got growth from it, so it's not too bad. And the story was cool. So I'm not unhappy that I did it, but the problem is I am really in a rush to play the main story. So it's kind of, I don't have much time for side quests, but it was cool, so it's fine. Now, did I have to? This wasn't here before, I think. I think I had to do it. Well, if I had to do it anyway, then it's fine. Because I don't think this was here before. Anyway, then let's go for it. Is there a TP point here? There is.